What's up, YouTube? Lord Xander here, and I'm gonna give a quick review of Obi-Wan Kenobi, episodes 1 and 2. I hate to say I'm less than impressed. Okay, so of course I have volume on low because I want to avoid issues with copyright and stuff. But part 1. Alright, so Ben Kenobi, in my opinion of how, and you can probably, somebody out there knows the minutes of screen time, is devoted kind of to the background. We have a focus on two characters. Reva, the seventh sister, played by Moses Ingram. And if you don't like her, Star Wars and Miss Ingram herself says, they imply that you hate, black people or black women. All right, so this starts off with, of course, a recap of episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the original, the sequel or the prequel trilogy. Anakin and, meeting, Obi-Wan and, of course, Qui-Gon's there and all that. Blah, 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 whatever, this is, if you've seen the movies before, you kind of get the gist of who Anakin and Obi-Wan are. So, it gives you, the highlights of all three episodes, episode 1, 2, and 3, with a focus kind of on Obi-Wan. His actions, of course, defeating Darth Maul and, becoming the master of Anakin Skywalker and all that. Sensing darkness in him or whatever, but still, ignoring that, being trained. The Clone Wars, and of course that's episode 2, Attack of the Clones, that we're seeing here. And of course Jango Fett fighting Obi-Wan. Okay, Mace Windu, a badass Jedi Knight. Of course, Anakin's attack on the Sand People after his mother was, kidnapped and murdered and stuff. So, anyways, of course, Emperor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, turning over Anakin over to the dark side with the promise of saving Padme. Of course, that was a lie. But anyways, I think I'll fast forward through some of this because we know what happens. Of course, Anakin turns, he slaughters the Jedi Temple with the 501st. And again, I have it on super low volume to avoid music, but of course, Luke Skywalker goes with, Emperor and Uncle Owen. The son of, I guess, his stepfather, because he's the one that married Shmi Skywalker and all that. But here's where it starts. So a lot of people have, I would say a small, large vocal minority has a strong opinion about the beginning of the actual show. All right, anyways, moving on here. Okay, so here we see the beginning of Order 66. And let's pause it here. Who do you think that is? The first person you see in the actual beginning of the show is, of course, a Jedi, a youngling. Okay, they're doing Tai Chi Quan or something like that. With all, because they're training it for kids. Of course, there's the Jedi Master, and look, that lady is not, she's non-white and not a male. Just pointing that out. Just like all of Star Wars has always been diverse. Okay, and here you see the 501st Clone Troopers attacking and the teacher defending her students. So, unfortunately, there was a tragedy in Texas here involving a school shooting. But remember, this is a Jedi temple. Okay, so it's very different because we have a military force attacking. We're pretty much, I guess the Star Wars version of Shaolin monks, with the Force and all that. So, again, it would be like, the Chinese government coming in and, blasting, Uyghurs, Muslim Uyghurs in a temple or something, or, so on and so forth. So why people are tripping out and kind of conflating the two and being triggered over this, I don't understand the criticism and complaints of that. All right, so the teacher, not one student is killed in this scene here. And she's, defending her students. And of course, she gets shot once. Still keeps fighting. Keeps chopping through 501st Clone Troopers, gets shot 3 times, and then she's done. She's gone, of course. Focus on, look at that. The tallest student there. Okay, they're running away, so they presumably escape. While the rest of the Jedi in the background are, getting, slaughtered. And of course, this wasn't the classroom that Anakin Skywalker, at the time, aka Darth Vader, entered into the temple and, slaughtered the younglings. That was captured on video cam that Yoda and Obi-Wan are talking about in episode 3. The music's cool. Again, I wish you could play it. John Williams always does a good job. So I praise for the music score on this. So of course we go to, Tatooine, 10 years after Order 66. Okay, so, backwater, desert planet, on the fringes of the newly formed empire that's been dominating everything for 10 years. Of course, we see the, shadow of the inquisitorial, starship and stuff. All right, so I'm going to kind of pause it right there because, we haven't even seen, like, Obi-Wan yet. But here we see the Grand Inquisitor. And in the background, the Seventh Sister, Reva. Again, why would you give her that name? That's so... Anyways, I'm going to show you a difference, something that I noticed here that's odd. But of course, this is supposed to be the main villain of the series. He's very cold, calculating, so they did justice to him in terms of personality-wise in the comic book. But his look sucks. It's very off from the comic book, and they should have just copied it verbatim. It would have been awesome, but they got this cosplay cheeseball version of the Grand Inquisitor. All right, so I'm gonna take it off, because I'm showing too much footage, copyright claim, blah blah blah, whatever. Now, of course, he's using the Force, feeling people out, being intimidating, being scary as a bad guy should be, an evil person. And, being very threatening, hasn't, used any physical violence yet or the Force, just his mere presence. Everyone knows who Inquisitors are, they're hunting Jedi. So it's like, he gives that cheesy speech, this is how you hunt Jedi, they tell themselves, compassion, blah, 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 whatever. So they're holding everybody in the bar, restaurant, whatever, kind of like hostage. Everyone's scared to move because they know what the Inquisitors are about. Of course, there's Reva just sitting there getting impatient. You see her getting all pissed off. There's Another Inquisitor. So, you know, he's feeling the room. He's feeling everybody with fear. Everyone's kind of shaking their boots. Everyone's scared to, like, you know, say anything. No one's standing up to him. They're just, you know, okay. He's sensing, okay, the barkeep or whatever knows something. I'm gonna focus on him now. So he doesn't know the Jedi is, but you know he's in there. Okay, so he's giving a speech, you know, it's an itch, you have to, like, do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. And notice his red Sith eyes. Okay, look, she's very serious, she's getting impatient. Okay, so she's reaching for this blade. She, like, you know, throws it at, you know, at the barkeep. Of course, the Jedi is not going to let him get slain. So some people say, oh, that's, you know, that's the way to do it. That's the way to, you know, bring out the Jedi or whatever. But in my opinion, the Grand Inquisitor had a more effective way. You know, if she just jumped the gun here and, like, disrespected him, but, you know, she can do that because, you know, she's a POC and all that. Oh, and let's see, by the way, before you give me any criticism or BS, look at my beautiful brown skin. So I can't possibly be a racist according to some leftists. But anyways, moving on. All right, so there he is. Okay, I want to point something out of Star Wars lore. Okay, the lightsaber blade is red. Okay, so according to the comic books and novels, the kyber crystal is a living thing. Okay, not living like a sentient being, a person, but kind of like I guess you'd say a tree is alive, or plants are alive, so to speak. And that they're the power source of the lightsaber. So in order for a lightsaber to turn red, the person who's going to be corrupted by the dark side is literally going to torture the kyber crystal and break its spirit, its kind of soul, essence, or being, whatever, with feelings of hatred, anger, fear, regret, aggression, everything negative, like magnified times 1,000. So it turns if the blade was blue before, or green, whatever color, it will turn red because it's been corrupted with dark, the dark side, with evil. So Reva has a red blade. So according to the canon before, when a Force user, especially a Jedi Knight, turns to the dark side, and all of these Inquisitors here were, Jedi Temple guards, or Jedis, but they all have the red lightsaber blades. So they would have to have been corrupted from the light side of the Force to the dark side. So they would have Sith yellow eyes and red lightsaber blades. Well, unless you happen to take a lightsaber blade from a person who was aligned with the dark side, either dark Jedi or Sith or whatever. But anyways, so again, being a hothead, being angry, she was gonna slice this dude in half, but the Grand Inquisitor stops her. Now, why he subjects himself to such level of disrespect from a subordinate, why a Sith would do that, or dark Jedi, whatever, would accept this, is unfathomable to me. It's out of character canon for anybody who's wielding the dark side, who has strayed away from the light. So again, she's just impulsive anger. and she was gonna like kill him. And that allows him to kind of escape, you know, a little cheesy trick, you know. I don't know why some curtains wouldn't stop. So again, she's giving him the dirty look. So you're doing some typical, stereotypical, you know, the quote unquote, air quote, angry black woman type thing. And of course, he's the default, you know, the patriarchy, the you know, white male, because he's not a white guy, but he's an alien. But you know, that's just typical of Disney Star Wars. It's BS. And of course, you know, she's the bestest, you know, Inquisitor or whatever ever. And he's telling her, you know, stay your place. So why he doesn't, you know, punish her in some way, just, you know, just kind of lets her slide, is not imaginable. One thing I noticed from here is look at her eyes. It's a normal color. So this already tells me that she's probably going to be the hero of the story and return back to the light side of the Force. She should have Sith colored eyes, but whatever. This is Star Wars Disney, by the way, so they don't care about canon or respect the lore or anything like that. Okay, so let me move along. This review's ain't too long. This is just episode 1. But you know, there's Obi-Wan just hanging out in a cave, working in a little meat factory. You know, laying low. I do like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I think he does a good job considering what the script he was given to play, you know, Obi-Wan. So this would make sense. He is broken. He's lost hope. He's just kind of puttering along in life. So I'll get my tips off to McGregor on Obi-Wan. Okay, so of course, then they bring the attention to a child, and this is Princess Leia Organa. Now, to why she's in this story, it's just cheeseball. Of course, I like Leia as a character in the original Star Wars trilogy. You know, very important, strong one. But you know, you kind of, by watching this show, you kind of implies that she's kind of force sensitive because she's reading people really well. She has an older cousin that, you know, tries to berate her, and again, this is breaking canon as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty well knowledgeable in Star Wars. I'm not one of those fake ass fans that, you know, does Google searches and looks stuff up. But nobody knows that, you know, Leia is a Skywalker. You know, she has the name Organa. So Bail Organa, the senator, you know, in the Empire, is her father. So he's a senator, you know, important figure. And of course, your cousin says, you're not even a real Organa. So what the F is that? That's like breaking canon. If anybody in her family found out, you know, that could be used to, you know, get that information out, and that would like blow her cover. So, you know, Disney, of course, is effing up canon. And Jimmy Smits, oh yeah, that's the scene I'm talking about. The older cousin being a jerk. Of course, she puts him in his place, you know, because, you know, reasons. You know, but they're kind of, I guess, setting up, this is Leia, you know, strong, independent woman. Of course, I love Princess Leia in the original trilogy. And again, nothing against this child actor. I think she does a good job for what she's given. But, you know, whatever. You know, she has to, of course, put her cousin in his place because he's, you know, a man and he's mansplaining. So we have some... I guess bounty hunter thugs. That's kind of funny. When I saw this guy, I was like, hey, that's Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He kidnaps Princess Leia on order from Reva. So Reva is Now, how in the HE double hockey sticks, I'm sure they'll reveal later on, does she know that Bail Organa and Obi-Wan had, you know, dealings together? Because remember, Obi-Wan gave, you know, with Yoda and Obi-Wan and Bail Organa, they said, all right, well, we'll adopt Leia. We'll raise her as our own, you know, childhood daughter, you know, from a baby. And the boy will go back to his family on Tatooine. And, you know, Obi-Wan put himself in exile to watch over the boy. Now, how she finds this out, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense. It's a huge kind of like plot hole that's bugging the heck out of me. Hopefully they have a decent explanation for why this is so, but I doubt it. You know, they're not known for good story writing. So, you know, Obi-Wan working in the meat packing plant, you know, refusing to help. But then, you know, he goes help and okay, kidnapper, of course he goes, digs up, you know, the 2 lightsabers, the one he took from Anakin when he beat him on Mustafar. And look, there she is again. He's using Princess Leia to bait Obi-Wan.
The Jedi will hunt himself.
Of course, he gets on a transport, and then he's gonna go to that one planet where that's pretty much the oh snap, the ending of episode 1. All right, well, this video is too long, longer than I wanted it to be, so I'll do a review of episode 2 and episode 3. Again, I am not paying for Disney Plus. A family member has given me their username and passcode. I wouldn't pay for this because this is not, you know, the show is, it's not unwatchable. It's not terrible. Just taking a giant steaming dump on the prequel and original trilogy. A lot of plot holes. So I'd say if you had nothing else to watch and you wanted to like turn off your brain, and you know, you could have enjoyed, I suppose, but this is not a good series and I wouldn't recommend watching it. But anyways, moving on. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video, and comment please, and we'll see you the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.